while I was in the military, we had to wear berets.
I've never worn a beret.
You're wearing one right now.
I imagine it feels terrible. Berets normally fall off your head, which is why I had to duct tape mine to my hair.
The berets don't normally fall off your head if you wear them the way they're meant to be worn, which is cinched down so tight around your fucking skull that it cuts off circulation.
No, I think I prefer my method.
I hated the beret, and pretty much everybody in the military hated the beret too.
You don't hear about this very often.
It was green berets for special forces, red beret for airborne, air assault, which are the guys that rappel out of helicopters, were black berets. And some general in the army, once again, saw all these super cool people wearing berets.
And mixed up correlation and causation. If we wear berets, that means we'll be cool.
Or, my personal opinion, it was a bunch of generals sitting in a meeting. One of them looked at the other one and said, "We need a new headgear. What should we do?" Then he picked up an E-tool and smacked the guy in the head with it. And the guy went, "Bah, everyone wears berets!" And then promptly collapsed on the floor in a puddle of his own vomit. So, somebody decided that everyone in the army would wear berets. Black berets. Air Assault was not happy about this. There's nothing special about the black beret anymore. Everybody gets it. To make it even worse, most major military bases are in the south of the United States, where it's hot and humid. Mm-hmm. And the berets are all made out of black wool that are suctioned to your head. So you end up sweating like a goddamn every day you're wearing this stupid dead skunk on your head.
You forgot the noun. You were sweating like a goddamn pig?
Just sweating like a goddamn...
Sweating like a... Okay.
Put your favorite noun in there. It's a choose-your-own-adventure story. So, you get out of basic training. You finally get to wear the beret. Oh, joy of joys. I get to wear this beret.
Hooray.
But when you buy the beret from Clothing and Sales, it's just a flat round pizza crust.
It's not shaped?
No, it's not shaped at all. It's just a flat round thing with a little emblem on it, which is just cardboard backed.
Okay, so if the hat gets wet, you have to get a new one?
Well, allow me to give you Zach's instructions on how to shape your beret.
Okay.
Remove beret from plastic bag. Cry for hours.
This is not very helpful.
Because you know that you have to put this dead rat on your head. Buy a 25-pack of disposable Bic razors.
Okay, I don't like where this is going.
Shave the beret.
With the razors?
Yes.
Why are you shaving the beret?
Because it is incredibly fuzzy. And you will get yelled at if you wear it when it is that fuzzy. Right now, you have not bought a hat. You've bought a model kit you get to put on your head. Ch-ch-ch-chia hat. Shave the beret. You will go through many razors during this process because the razors, which are not accustomed to having wool being put through them, get very mad and break.
What if I had an 11-blade razor?
Well, that's just gonna rip a hole right through your beret, and then guess what? You get to go buy a new one.
Couldn't you just use some scissors and trim it down a bit?
Good luck doing that. You try to trim hair that is less than 1/4 of a millimeter long.
Oh, fair.
Wool lint gets everywhere. It is the biggest pain in the ass. And then when you're finally done shaving the beret, you get to shave it some more, because that still was not enough.
Oh, no.
And then finally, you're done shaving the beret. Excellent. I am done shaving this fucking thing. Now I can finally shape it and put it on my head. No, I have to shave the inside now. Fuck, I forgot about that.
Wait, why do you have to shave the inside? Nobody's gonna see the inside.
It is absolutely intolerable when you put it on your head, because it just traps heat in.
Oh.
So you have to shave both the inside and the outside. But don't shave too much, because if you shave too much, it'll get thin, and then you'll rip a hole in it. Which 90% of the soldiers in the military had a hole in their beret. Because once they would finally finish shaving this fucking thing and getting it cleaned and shaped and shaved, inevitably, it's gonna go, and a little hole is gonna appear in it. And then you already spent 6 hours shaving this fucking thing. You might as well just wear it on your head. Now, finally, you have finished shaving the beret.
You've patched the hole with a piece of chewing gum.
Time to put the emblem on the front. Put the emblem on the front. Now you gotta take a hammer and bash the 2 little pins that are on that emblem down, because otherwise, there's 2 pins on the little emblem that are sticking straight out. Even if you put dammits on the back of it, they still jab into your forehead the entire time you're wearing it, just constantly poking you in the forehead over and over. So you literally just take the damn off and you just throw them in the garbage and you put the beret down on like a mouse pad and you just smash the back of the 2 pins with a hammer. But you're still not done.
There's more?
There is more. Shaping. Begin by taking a pair of scissors and cutting all of the cardboard out of the front of your beret.
Why would you remove the cardboard?
Because if you don't remove the cardboard, there will be an unending shitstorm every single time you go outside and somebody sees you with a half moon shape on the front of your beret.
Is this bad?
Apparently, according to anybody with a rank over lieutenant, it is a bad thing.
No.
Once the cardboard is gone, take the beret over to the sink, hold it like a bowl, and fill it up with water.
What? You're putting water in your beret now?
Yes.
Why?
Because that is the only way you're going to shape this damn thing.
What?
If you just put the beret on your head and shape it, you're just going to look like a mushroom with a black top and a little emblem stuck on it. So, you have to soak it in water.
This seems obscene, but go on.
Once you've done with that, dump all the water out of it, and while the beret is still soaking wet and dripping everywhere, put it on your head and pull it and tug on it and rip it down in different directions and then pull one side of it over. But don't pull it too far. But don't not pull it. The regulations on the beret are vague.
Alright.
There's not really specifics on it. It basically amounts to the beret has to look good. So you can't wear it like it's a pizza that someone dropped on top of your head. You can't have it pulled way down over one ear, but every single higher-ranking person in the U.S. military had their own interpretation of how the beret was supposed to be set up, and if your beret didn't look exactly like theirs, you would get a never-ending ass-reaming every single time they saw you.
Everybody is mandated to wear this dog turd, but it must look nice.
I had 2 different berets, because the warrant officer in charge of our motor pool wanted the beret set up in one way, and the officer in charge of our company wanted the beret set up a different way. So I had a beret that I wore to company formations, and a beret that I wore when I walked into work, so that I wouldn't get talked to.
Did everybody in your unit do this? Or did they
No, some people would just get yelled at because they just didn't give a shit and they knew there was nothing that the military could do about it.
Alright.
My goal, most of the time, was to be as wallpaper. Something that you know it's there, but you're really not inclined to go talk to it.
Yep.
I just wanted to be left alone. I've gone on this whole tangent about berets, specifically to say that the beret for standard army is no more.
And you're so happy you're going to re-enlist.
No. God, no. Ugh, I'm too old and fat. They wouldn't take me back anyway.
That didn't stop Ernest from joining the army.
Ernest goes to war. Yeah, that hat is no more. I hated wearing that stupid beret. I burned my beret when I got out of the military. I actually burned it.
You hated it that much?
I burned it in front of the barracks the day I left the military.
You burned it like a $200 school textbook that can't be returned because there's a new edition.
It was just a symbol of all of the hate and discontent I felt. I hate this stupid thing.
And as it dissolved into ash, the fumes rising into the air, a huge burden had been alleviated. You were free, and your forehead could breathe.
Yep. God, I hated that beret.
All my complaints about the Marine uniform seem petty in comparison. We had to roll our sleeves, and we had to wear certain uniforms on certain months, but...
Oh, I'm in no way discounting your complaints. Did you have to polish your boots?
No, I had brown boots. We never had to polish them.
Oh, man.
Did you have to polish your boots?
Yeah.
Really?
So I had to set aside an hour every single night to polish my boots.
That much, huh?
The chief in charge of our motor pool was obsessed with everything being pretty and clean, even though we work in a motor pool repairing military Humvees, which are some of the greasiest and most disgusting vehicles ever. Not to mention all the gross cans of dip juice that are just leaking out of the bottom of every single vehicle.
Yes, thank you, Army personnel.
I would show up for work. I would work on weapons, or if there's like a belt-fed machine gun on the floor, I would end up kneeling on the floor and working on the bench. So my boots, of course, are going to get all scuffed up, as would be expected. And then we would have an inspection in the middle of the workday. While I still have 25 more machine guns that I have to gauge. And there's 17 more vehicles that need PMCS done on them. So we have to do an inspection in the middle of the day. And everything's gross and disgusting. And then I get yelled at for having the knees of my uniform dirty and my boots are scuffed up.
How did you react to that at the time?
I'm sorry, sir. It won't happen again, sir.
Yeah, boilerplate response.
I'm sorry, sir. It won't happen again, sir. There were a couple times that I got really fed up, and they would be like, why are your boots all scuffed up? Because I fucking work. Oh, you do work, do you? Okay, well, why don't you do some push-ups then? Cool.
So that's why you give the boilerplate response.
Yeah, pretty much. We got a new sergeant major, and he came down to inspect our motor pool. He came down there. We had spent like 4 days cleaning the motor pool and making sure everything was clean and organized. A bunch of the mechanics got behind on working on vehicles. Everybody had to clean up everything. The floors were so clean you could have frickin' eat off them. They were using the floor buffer to scrub concrete for this inspection for the new sergeant major. He came down and he saw how clean the motor pool was, and he was like, why the fuck is it so clean? Do you guys work ever?
Okay. So you were getting in trouble because your workspace was too clean.
Pretty much. His opinion was, if it's so clean, why aren't they working on my shit? Why are they spending time cleaning the motor pool instead of working on my shit like they're supposed to be doing? So that
you just can't win.
Then the cleaning requirements were laxed after that.